In this video, we're going to move on to indices. With indices, you're talking about something like this: 3 to the power of 4. Well, that means 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So this is your index here, or you can say 3 to the power of 4. So what that means is just get this number and times by itself this many times. So here you're multiplying it by itself 4 times. Okay, so this here, well, you can get 3 times 3, that's 9. Okay, and then you've got to times 3 again, and then times 3 again. So you can then get 9 times 3, which is 27. And don't forget, you still got to, well, you merge these two together, it gives you 27. And now 27 times 3, then you can jump to 27 times 3, which is 1 carry the 2, 6, 81. Okay, but a quicker way of doing it would be this. Hang on. So if you have 3 to the power of 4, a quick way of doing it is probably like this. Hang on. Times 3 times 3. Merge these two together. That's 9, and then merge these two together. Well, that's 9. Remember, they're all multiplying each other. So now it's 9 times 9, which is 81. Okay. So if you're given something like this, 2 to the power of 5, well, that means get 2 times by itself 5 times. So it would be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, times by itself 5 times. So let's merge these two together. That gives us 4. Let's merge these two together. That gives us 4. Well, let's carry the 2 down. So remember that they're all multiplying each other. Now let's merge these two together. 4 times 4, 16 times 2. So that's 32. Okay, so 2 to the power of 5. Well, you just get the number and times by itself 5 times. So here, if you're given something like if you're given x to the power of let's say 6, well, that means, well, whatever this number is, get it and times by itself 6 times. So it means this: x times x times x times x times x times x. That's 6 times. Sometimes I use times like that. Sometimes just use a dot. Well, it changes. With algebra, well, it's just me. I prefer to use the dots rather than times, because if I were to write this, x times x times x times x times x times x, it looks really ugly. It's hard to see, but if you write this, it's easier to see. Well, anyway, so this thing here is the same as this. Okay. Now, if I were to give you, let's say, x to the power of 3 times x to the power of 4, well, what does that equal? Well, look at this bit here. This means x times x times x. Okay, so that means this. Now we've got to times it with x to the power of 4. Well, x to the power of 4 means x times x times x times x 4 times. So this here is x to the power of 4. Now, if I were to remove this and ask you, oh, what is this? Well, you would just say x to the power of 7, because that x to the power of 7 means x times x times x 7 times. So it's just a quick way of writing this long thing here. So now when you're given this here, you can work backwards to write it as this. So when you're given x to the power of 3 times x to the power of 4, it basically means this, because this here means x times x times x, and then this here means x times x times x times x. Well, it basically means x to the power of 7. So, for example, 3, let's say 3 squared times 3 to the power of 4. Well, look at this bit here. This means 3 times 3. Okay, so that's what 3 squared means. that's this here is the same as this here. And then you've got to times it with this now. 3 to the power of 4. Well, whatever this is, we're just going to get it and times by itself 4 times. So times 3 times 3. Well, times it 4 times. So here, this is your x to the power of 4. 3 to the power of 4. So well, a quick way of writing this whole thing here, because they're all multiplying each other. A quick way of writing this whole thing here is 3 to the power of 6. So what I'm trying to say is that this thing here is the same as, well, hang on, let me take this down. 3 to the power of 2 times 3 to the power of 4, it equals 3 to the power of 6. Okay, so if you have something like this, x to the power of a, and then you times it with x to the power of b, it becomes x to the power of a plus b. Because if you look at this here, well, basically this is your formula here. Okay,